Hey people, I'm back again this evening. I know I'm making quite a few videos this evening, but when you got the time, you may as well do it. When you got nothing else better to do. But anyway, the reason why I'm on here tonight, I'm basically going to talk about some topics again. We already went over some other alien things, so just a few other things I watched on TV and a few other things that I've been hearing that's going on. So just another updated video of what my thoughts are. Now, from what I'm seeing lately, there's a lot of things going on with new technology with tractor beams. Apparently, at this time, they do have a working tractor beam technology, which is confirmed, which is a good step in the right direction. And the other thing I've been noticing, there's a lot of stuff going on with some alien coverage and stuff like that. Now, I must say, like my some of these ghost shows I've been watching too, they seem to be getting better. There's like if there's two of them or three of them that I watch that I notice they're using a lot more technology and applying a lot more science to it than just going with the basic minimum gear. So like there's a lot of things that they are proving. Now I know I do see that they had this other thing that apparently if there's a body or something moving in or the heat, you'll see these little figurements of showing your body movement and all that's going on. So apparently the new show, some of the shows now, they're picking this up where that they use it and there's no one else in the room, and then while they're doing their their ghost investigation, they are not in front of the cam and they are picking up figures that are very small or things that are not being detected that there is no one else in the room, which is kind of you know odd, but I don't know that can be probably fake too as well. Like I was saying in my other video, some of those things can be faked with the proper gear and the proper technology that used to fake it. Now the other thing is I've been noticing there's been a lot of there's an awful lot of UFO and alien shows that are coming on the air again. I've been noticing. Seems like it's making a big pickup again and getting a lot of seem to getting new information. Now, basically, on those TikToks, they released some more videos again on some more videos. So they've been doing that. They've still been releasing a lot of that content. And I don't understand, like, if they had a video now to an article saying that they found a signal from another planet and they don't know if the civilization is dead or alive. Well, aren't they just giving us a hint saying that it is true? Because if they did get a signal and they are not alive, well, that still means that there was life in the universe at once upon a time, or there still is. Civilizations, I'm sure, do come and go, and things can change over a long period of time. Earth has been around for billions of years, and other planets could have been around the same amount of time, and there could have been other civilizations that were there before we even existed. And I don't know, it just seems like there's a lot of things, like, for example, like the Antarctic, I've been noticing, like, I didn't know there, I was watching a lot of, like, the Antarctic and stuff like that. They don't even allow people to fly over the Antarctic. They don't let people go over the Antarctic. They're saying, the conspiracy people are saying, oh, there's a hole in the earth and there's an inner earth, which, it's maybe possible, but it does seem kind of far fetched, or maybe it's not inside Earth. Maybe it's just a huge crater that is on the North Pole where maybe an asteroid hit, and then they're just living inside of a valley, which then maybe the valley's not cold, and maybe that's why they don't want people to fly over the Antarctic. Maybe there's a ancient civilization there that doesn't want anything to do with us, or they only want certain people to communicate with them. Because I was watching another article and I was looking online too as well. I came across a few things there that they were showing like ancient cities and everything in the Antarctic, ancient buildings, pyramids, quite of a lot of things. So like, I don't know why they would try to cover up a pyramid. There's a pyramid in Egypt. Why would it matter if there was one in the Antarctic? I'm sure at one point in history the Antarctic was probably warm. It probably wasn't cold. So that could be kind of a little far fetched, I think, in some aspects. And the other thing too as well, I just know I don't know. It seems like when I was younger, like it just boggles my mind. Like when I was younger, they never wanted to give you time off of school. They made you go to school if it was raining, sleet, or snow, or hail. You went to school. It was very seldom you did not go to school because of a snowstorm. These days, these kids are getting a day off just for 2 or 3 inches on the road. Like I don't know, like we want to explore the universe, and we're not brave enough to go out in the cold, like with like a foot of snow, and not bear it and go to work. Like, come on. Like, I don't know. I watch those videos on YouTube where they see these people. They go people from the '80s, people from the '90s, and people from now, and it's like the older people, they just stub their arm off of something, it doesn't bother them, and then when they do another video, they hit their arm, they cry about it, and then another one, it's like it's the end of the world that they hit their elbow off of something. So it just seems like they in other things too as well. Like I remember us going to school where that they send us to school for 2 or 3 hours and then tell us to come and get our parents to pick us up because it got bad out. They don't even do that anymore. They just give them the day off, and I have no problem giving the kids day off because of snowstorms, but like the forecasts are so horrible. Like they said we were going to have a freezing thaw and it was going to be the coldest day of the year on a Friday, and basically couldn't go to an appointment because it was too cold. It was going to be too cold out, and then I rebooked, and then basically when I went to go, I canceled it and rebooked, and then it wasn't cold that day. It was cold out on Saturday. So like the forecasts are like way off for what the forecast should be. Like I can't see how could they predict like a 14-day weather trend when they can't even get 2 or 3 day trend right. So it's just I don't know. I know the weather's changed. I'm saying the weather has been changed, but I don't think I'd say the technology's got better over the years than what it did when I was younger. Like I don't know why they couldn't give a more accurate temperature, and they have like temperature sensors everywhere, weather stations everywhere, remote that run by solar power. So there's a lot of technology out there that they should be predicting the weather a lot more accurate than what they are been predicting. But yet they can predict a hurricane, they can predict that, but yet they can't predict some cold weather. Like, it seems awful suspicious to me. But anyway, enough on that topic. Now another thing is I was watching, like I watch all these shows like for gold digging and stuff like that, and I'm like thinking to myself like, they spend all that money and move all that dirt for a small amount of gold. Like that's hard to believe. Like you gotta like haul tons and tons and tons of dirt, and then basically all you get is like a pan about this big of gold. Like it just seems to be a lot of effort and a lot of work just for gold. Like I don't know why some of these people that are mining for gold or these big huge companies, why do they just not go to Australia? Because Australia, geez, they're getting gold like big as nuggets, like big as baseballs, softballs, like this piece, like, and you can do the least amount of work for a big return. Which I know would probably be a lot of money to go over Australia and move and fly over there, all that jazz. But if you're making millions of dollars on gold digging, well then I'm sure you can afford it. So, and then I'm like, even the other thing that boggles my mind, like the other ones, like the white water gold one too as well. Like they're like underwater, like with rocks, in glacial area where that at any time glacier could break, a piece of ice could break off, could cause a flood, could cause debris, come down the river, and I just think for the amount of money they're making, I could probably make the same amount of money they're making in a year, what they're making over a short period of time. So I don't know if it's very feasible for them, in my opinion. But each your own. If that's what they want to do, and spend all that time in that, I guess that's what you got to do. Now, like another thing as well, like they're like talking about like these people that are saying they worked at Area 51, and all of a sudden the blue, like there was no one talking about, and now all of a sudden the blue, there's like Melon's talking, this guy's talking, this guy's talking. I like, in my opinion, just I know they're just saying there's disclosure coming, but I just find like why cover everything for so long and then just all of a sudden the blue just like here you go, here you go, here you go. People saying they worked at Area 51, working at these secret things, and there's another thing. Buddy would never show like a past where he worked, and then I was just watching a new show lately, and then Buddy decides to show the actual past and everything, the time he was there, and he had one of those like white badges. But I'm sure they probably could fake those too as well. Like you could buy your badges online, make them look a little old. You could buy a used one and just stick pictures and print it on it and make it look like it's an old one. It's very possible that could be fake too as well. Now the other thing is as well, like the other thing is maybe these aliens that they're saying they're aliens are not really aliens. Who's to say maybe they're from our past that used to live on Earth, and they went out in space because there was something wrong with Earth at that time, and then they went out in the universe, and then the time they were gone, the actual planet healed itself, and then basically another civilization's been there since then. It's very possible that they may not even be aliens. It may just be another culture on their planet that just doesn't like to communicate or like to talk to us. We may just find that we're too warlike and they just don't want anything to do with us. Like, it may not even be aliens. Everyone's like, trying to, say the worst, maybe, well, they may be aliens to us now. If they're in the past, maybe they looked different than we do, and basically, then they're classified as aliens now. Who's to know? And another thing, if we did have all these advanced civilizations at one point, I just can't see the whole civilization 100% disappearing. Like there would have to be spots in the world where that the glaciers wouldn't touched it, or maybe it was like those NASCAR places where there's these cities that are buried under dirt and sand when they didn't even know they were there. And Buddy was clearing his farmland, and when he was clearing his farmland, he basically discovered, oh, there was like this square thing, and then he just started digging and digging and digging. And then once he kept digging more, he kept seeing it. And then he seen this. Then he uncovered these buildings that are like way before the time that we even predicted that there was life on the planet. So that is quite surprising. So that was an example of something that could be hid under the glaciers, and it would have never damaged it from the last ice age. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of other places on the ground that could be done that way too as well. They have like these ancient cities that basically are underground, and they build like these things so that they can go from, and they're like hiding from something, or they're living underground. And maybe living underground was us, and we just came out from the hole of the cave, and then we came back out, and then basically at that point we just started um, repopulating Earth again. So, and then let me see, what was the other things I was thinking about? Oh yes, there's UFOs everywhere. It's like there's UFOs in Alaska. I was watching that show as well, which was quite interesting. That they're experiencing that stuff there too as well. And well, like I said, it's close to the Antarctic, and it could be due to the fact that maybe the ancient technology that people are there, and that's how they're hiding. They're hiding in a cave. They're hiding underground. They're hiding in an ancient city. They're hiding anywhere. So it could be anything at that point. It could be the lost city of Atlantis. Who do we know? And then, like, you talk about, they're saying they're trying to find the lost city of Atlantis, and they're saying it's a myth. They can't find it. And but if you're a science fiction buff, and you watch like TV, like you'll see like who's to know. Atlantis was like the Stargate show, Stargate Atlantis, where that the city was actually a ship, and then the city just lifted off Earth and left and went out into space, and then that's why we have no proof of Atlantis because it's gone. They or over the period of time, the Earth does change in shape and landscape and everything does change, so it is very possible it could be that too. But there's a lot of theories that could be going on. There's a lot of people that got a lot of theories. And I was like watching like some of these ones with like Egypt and stuff like that, and I didn't even know there was that many actual archaeologists and diggers that actually dig for pyramids, ancient civilizations,